So see, Amalante's got a long way to go. Somewhere along the line, she'll get that World Cup medal.
I'm sure she will.
All right, time now for the women's gold medal match. And this will pit a newcomer against, well, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself right now. It's the team gold medal match for the mixed teams. And it's the USA taking on Korea. #1 against #2, the Americans, the top seed. And the Koreans seeded second. Erika Jones on the left, teamed up with Braden Gellenthien, a pair of World Cup gold medalists. Erika winning in Istanbul in 2011, and Braden Gellenthien, of course, winning last September in the rain in Tokyo for his first World Cup title. This week they defeated Kazakhstan and beat Germany by 7, and then the Italians by 3. So an impressive run right there put together by Jones and Gellenthien. And they'll need a good performance against Seok Hyun and Lihong of Korea, who got to this gold medal match by handling Hong Kong, then defeating a Mexican team featuring Linda Ochoa by 4 points. And then they finished off the Finns by 8 points. So the young 23 and 22-year-old archers from Korea facing the veterans from the United States. And I expect a close match in this one.
So do I. Erika's had a fantastic start to this year at home in the States, and Braden's been solid. But the Korean team seem to be moving up the rankings.
So here is Erika Jones. With a good start.
10 at 9 o'clock. Shot.
Erika will be wanting to put the disappointment of the gold medal match this morning behind her as well.
Settled for silver in the women's team competition, while Braden Gellenthien picked up a gold medal just about 2 hours ago with the men's team in an overpowering, commanding performance, and that's one of the few times he's been outside the 10 ring today.
I don't think he missed in the team round.
I don't think he did. And in fact, he did not. Now Seok Hyun, who was impressive in the gold medal performance by Korea this morning in the women's team competition. She'll start off this match with a 9. And now it's the 22-year-old Min Lihong. And a 9 for him.
Yeah, just out.
So back to Erika Jones, who won team medals in Shanghai last year, as well as in Turkey and in Ogden, but no individual medals. She'll get a chance to try to rectify that later on this afternoon. Here in the mixed team competition, she comes up with a 10 on her second shot, right on the line. And Braden's back in the 10 ring. So the Americans leave 1 point out there in the first end. 3 10s, 1 9. And it's up to the Koreans to try to match that. And just as I say that, Seok Hyun posts the first bullseye of the day for Korea. But even with the 10 right here, the USA will take the lead after the first 4 arrows.
Good comeback by Korea after 2 9s in the first end.
But the USA takes a 1 point lead, 39-38 over the team from Korea. The difference, 2 9s for the Koreans, 1 9 for the Americans in a game where basically you're shooting 10s. You got to shoot 10s.
You definitely have, and the Koreans made history this morning by taking their first World Cup medals. So they're going to walk away with 3 medals this week.
They have been prominent this week, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
And it used to be more on the recurve, but seems to be a greater emphasis on compound now.
Oh, they're still great recurve archers, and we will see that tomorrow. But yeah, they seem to have come on leaps and bounds in the compound side of stuff.
So one of the advantages of reaching the medal matches is you don't have to go and retrieve your own arrows. Someone will do that for you.
You can have a chat with your teammate and a nice break while that's being done.
You do put in a lot of miles during the week during eliminations.
We do.
And ranking
yes.
rounds, and yes. Lots of walking, lots of talking.
Exactly. It's all good fun.
So the weather cooperating quite a bit more this afternoon here in Shanghai. We're on the River Boulevard in a venue built especially for this event by the World Archery Federation. Seok, 23 years old, making her first appearance at a World Cup event. And she's right back in the 10 ring. We'll see her a little bit later this afternoon battling Erika Jones for the women's gold medal.
That will be an exciting match to watch.
Mr. Min, 22 years old. Is it just outside?
I think it is, yes.
They'll score it as a 9, at least for the time being. So back to Erika Jones, who had a great year in 2011. Clinched the World Cup title in Istanbul and at the same time won the Longines Prize for precision.
Yep.
Pretty precise.
Yep, and she started off this year,
Our son's
2013, with,
You want to sip?
I believe she's won everything major that she's entered, so she's got another shot this afternoon.
2012 wasn't a bad year necessarily. For a lot of archers, it'd be a great
That's a
year.
9.
But after the year she'd had in 2011,
The thing is that there are so many great archers out there now that the margin is so small that you only have to have one arrow that you don't make the shot quite right, and it can put you out.
9.
very little margin for error in this sport. And as you said, lots of competition and more competition coming on every day.
Yeah.
And you look at the depth of talent in Korea.
It's quite scary.
It's amazing. Min Lihong. Just about dead center with the last shot of the second end for the Koreans. So they post a score of 38.
Yeah, Americans could open up a 3-point lead at the end of this if they can put both these in the 10.
Yep. Good shot. Full shaft in at 10.
There's the first step towards opening up that 3-point lead.
And Braden won't want to be beaten by his female teammate.
He knew it as soon as he let it release. So a 9 for Braden Gellenthien.
Unofficially, the team from the USA leads by 2 points over Korea.
And so 76 total points for Korea after the first 8 arrows. They sandwiched those 2 9s with a pair of 10s on either end. Meanwhile, 78 points for the Americans, 78 out of 80, 39 points in that end. So they grab a 2-point lead after the first 8 arrows. By the way, the world record
Is 1 point off. It was shot against myself and Duncan Busby by the American team.
So you remember it well.
We do remember it well.
Yes, it was the American team, and it was on May 4th in Antalya last year.
It was, and it was Rio Wild and Erika.
You tend to remember those things, don't you?
You do.
You're not supposed to be watching the other team.
Well,
You can't help it
you
sometimes.
can't. No, not when they're shooting that good.
Yeah, 159 points in Antalya back on May 4th last year. That is the standard. As the bells toll here in Shanghai on a Saturday afternoon. Nice shot right there by Seok Hyun.
미영아 끝까지 조준점 잡고 끝까지.
Min Lihong, who finished 6th this week in the individual competition, putting on a good performance here this afternoon and this morning.
Always thought this match was going to be tight. In fact, most of the matches this afternoon are looking tight.
Yep.
And Erika right on target.
I don't think she's missed in this match yet. I think both the 9s have been by Braden.
Who ironically was perfect this morning.
He may be
Yep.
saving him for the individual match this afternoon against Martin.
So what you're saying is it's a marathon, not a sprint?
Exactly.
Okay. 3 matches in one day. So neither team has yet to miss here in this third end.
동점이 되더라도 4인대는 또 기회가
Throwing darts up there and hitting the bullseye. So 4 straight 10s across the board. A perfect score of 40 in this third end for the team from Korea. And if the Americans falter just a little bit, we'll have a battle going down the stretch. Just a little bit high.
Nice strong shot, Braden.
So Braden needs a 10 to take the USA into a 1-point lead going into the final end.
A 9 would tie it up.
Yep.
But there's the 10 that Andrea Gales talked about. And the USA, despite being outscored by 1, had that 2-point cushion. But the lead is now down to 1. And this is, I think, what we look for, we hope for, we expect.
Yeah, especially with the quality of the archers that we have here this week. We expect all the matches to be just 1 point in it.
And then it comes down to nerves, it comes down to composure, it comes down to how you handle this from a mental aspect.
Yeah, and from this point of view, Erika and Braden have been here many times before, both team and individually, so they look pretty relaxed.
You know, and you see this in all sports. It's the people who really are strong mentally, who really excel. When you can put that together with the physical talent, and that's what I think you see with all these 4 archers that are out there today representing Korea and the United States. Just great mental mindset.
And archery is about your mental game, and those who have the strongest mental game will come through. Everybody's got the same equipment, and physically, you know, especially when it comes down to this amount of arrows, you're not going to tire. So it is who has the nerves of steel.
And a low heart rate.
Definitely.
I imagine Seok Gi-hun's heart is beating a little bit faster right now as she scores a 10 to start off the 4th end.
The Koreans have the advantage of going first. They can put the score on the board, and once you've got score on the board,
sit back and
see what the other team does.
Exactly. Min Lihong with another 10.
Nice strong shot, Erika.
So the pressure definitely shifting onto the shoulders of Erika Jones and Braden Gellenthien. But this isn't their first time at the rodeo.
Yep.
No.
Erika, solid shot.
Go, Braden.
Now Braden, who broke through in the World Cup Finals in Tokyo last year and is outside the 10 ring. So we're tied up with 2 arrows to go.
Wow.
Tied scores with 2 arrows remaining.
So the Koreans can put some pressure on the USA here by putting 2 10s down.
And they know it. Oh, and Seok Ji-hun outside the 10 ring.
바람 좀 많이 분다. 앞쪽에.
So now there's even more pressure on Min Lihong.
Yeah, you'd say you'd have to put it in the 10 just to give Korea a chance of a shoot-off.
But he blinks at the two youngsters who had a chance with 2 arrows to go, have opened the door for Erika Jones and Braden Gellenthien. And Erika with a 9. So now it's up to Braden.
10 for a win.
9 for a shoot-off. Plenty of time. No need to hurry. And Braden Gellenthien on the line with a 10 wins it for the United States. On the final shot, the final arrow, it all came down to Gellenthien, and he comes through in the clutch.
Yeah, and it was a close one, so they'll be relieved. The Koreans performed very well, and I expect to see them making more medal matches this year at World Cups.
Braden's got that look as though maybe we made that tougher than it had to be.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's the gold medal in the mixed team competition. So Braden picks up his 2nd gold medal of the day. He could actually win 3 as you take a look at Danielle Brown, who hails from your lovely country.
Yep, and the rest of the GB team. We've only got compounds here this week. So.
Not yet. We're waiting to go off still.
And there's your final score, 155 to 154, as Braden Gellenthien comes through in the clutch with a 10 on the final shot. And the Americans